Hey, good people of the hamster kingdom, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, before I begin, I just want to set something straight. I myself never intended to be in front of the camera or for any videos for this channel. This channel was supposed to be for my hamsters videos, their cute, cuddly, funny videos. But I got a lot of requests and comments on my previous videos, and so here we are. You wanted to see my DIY cage, how I built it, how I set it up, its dimensions, the fun stuff that I put inside. So this is my cage, guys. I built this from scratch. It's a DIY cage. I built it in home, not using any kind of power tools except probably a drill. I used a hand saw. I'll talk about that more in detail if you'd like, but this video is a general overview of this cage itself, the limitations, the features that it has, its dimensions. I'll talk about how to maintain a cage like this, and most part of the video would be the fun stuff, setting it up, putting the good things inside, the enrichments, and yeah, that's about it. So I hope you enjoy the video. Please post your comments below, give me suggestions, like my video, subscribe to my channel, and keep watching. Thank you. Now let's talk about the dimensions of this cage, shall we? So this cage is 60 inches long, which is 5 foot, and it's 20 inches across. The height of this cage is about 18 inches. So this, since it's 60 inches by 20 inches of floor space, that makes it 1200 square inch, which is pretty decent, I'll say. Now, here's a concern. The moment you bring a wild animal from outside, from nature, into your home, you're cutting it off from nature. You're cutting it off from the privilege that it's supposed to get. So no matter how big a cage you build, you may build a 5,000 square inch, a 10,000 square inch cage, but that's not going to compensate for nature in itself. So this is not a competition with other YouTubers or comparison with anybody else who has a bigger cage. This is the best I could do. So if you notice, there's a door right here behind me. This is the bathroom door to this room, and on the other side is the door to this room itself. So this cage is literally door to door. This is the largest I could have built. If I would have built it any longer, it would have crossed or it would have blocked either of the doorways, right? So that's all about the dimensions. If you add it up or multiply the numbers that I just gave you, this cage, the capacity of this cage is more than 100 gallons. Now let's talk about the materials that we have used. All the walls other than the top is open. All the walls, including the bottom, is plexiglass. Now plexiglass is a brand name. I will be misdirecting you if I say plexiglass, but the generic name is acrylic sheet or acrylic glass, clear acrylic sheet. So these are 3/8 of an inch thick, all the sides. Yeah, so those are all the glasses. Now the edges that you see are all wood. These are pine wood. Now I know many people will say that pine is not suitable for hamsters. They may cause infections or allergies, or basically some sort of breathing, respiratory trouble. But the good thing is all the wood that you see are on the outside of the cage. So your hamster is not at all exposed to any of the wood. So taking that away, let's talk about a few of the features. So since it's a glass bottom, the entire floor is made of plexiglass. You will be able to see or sneak upon your hamster from below. You can you can check some of my other videos. I have a few footages of my hamster from bottom when he's at his food stash. So that's one of the features. The other thing that I added, I'm a little crazy this way. I wanted it to look good, so I added some lights in here I'll show that to you. I'll demo it to you later on when after I put all the fun stuff in. So these lights are all remote controlled and they change different colors. It looks pretty cool. Now let's talk about the price of this cage. Just the cage itself, the empty cage, it's close to $200 US dollars. The reason being, the plexiglass is pretty expensive. Each of these sheets are like 90 bucks. So with a $90 sheet, you can make two walls. These sides are like small squares. These can be, you can make this using the leftover from the main sheet. But the big sheets, you can use two walls. So two on this one and one on the bottom. Now there are several options to cut down your price. Instead of using plexiglass on all the sides, you can use a wood base, so your floor can be wood. These sides can be wood and the back wall could be wood. So essentially only your front wall, the wall which you will be viewing, could be glass. So that will drive your price below $100. So that way you would be good. So yeah, that's all about the cage I wanted to talk about. Now again, I wanted to point out that this is not a competition with other YouTubers or other channels, other people whom you might know. This is the best that I could do, and my hamsters are all pretty happy. So this is just one of the cages. I have several other cages that, if you're interested, I could demo later. I have several bin cages. You might be able to see a glimpse of a couple of bin cages just below this one, just the top of them. So I have my Roborovsky living there. So this is for my Syrian hamster, Peanut. He's a male, short-haired. I'll introduce him to you just in a while. The next part of this video will be all about setting up the cage. The enrichments that I have, and again, enrichments, it's like a dad or a parent sending their kids to college, right? There's no limit to how much you can give them. So I got a lot of people commenting that you didn't put enough of this or you didn't put enough of that. Really, there's just no limit, okay? There are people on YouTube, I have seen several videos of famous YouTubers related to hamsters and small pets who have taken it to such an extreme that it's nearly impossible to achieve that. Mine is pretty minimalistic. It has all the basic things that a hamster needs to keep itself happy. I have added a few more things, and that's about it. It's not nothing extravagant. It's not naturalistic, or it doesn't have a lot of wood in it. It doesn't have a lot of fancy enrichments in it, is what I wanted to say. So yeah, let's set it up. For setting up my cage, I will invite my daughter. She's 6 years old and she absolutely loves all of these hamsters. And yeah, she'll be helping me setting up the cage. So thanks for watching once again, and hope you enjoy the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so here's how I'm going to start. I'm going to add the bedding first. About halfway, I'll be adding about an inch of bedding first. And I'll put in some of the things inside, like the hideouts, there's a tree trunk that I'll put in, and then I'll landscape the bedding later on. So my rule is that I'll put at least a foot of bedding in some sections of the cage. So I use this one. This is the one that I like. This is All Living Things. I guess this is the Petsmart brand. So yeah, so this has a 14-day odor control. I like this bedding. So let's start with this. I have a half of a bag left over from my previous change, and I have another bag that I'll open later on. So let's start with this. Do you want to come with me? Okay. I'll go with this side. You can come over here and help me. Yeah, just don't go the other side. Be this side. Okay? Let's empty this bag out. What do you say? Should we? Okay. Do you say hi to all the people there? Say hi on the camera.
Hi.
There you go. This is almost a foot of bedding on this side. Is this section? It's like let's say a foot by 20 inches of 1 foot of bedding, and then this is tapered down because we need to put hideouts here, and then eventually I'll be filling this side with sand. So this whole area would be a sand, and if you're wondering what this is Velcro. This is for attaching the water bottle. So yeah, I'll add more bedding later on because I don't think this is 1 foot yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So I'll add more bedding later on, but let's take it from here. So can I get the tree trunk, please? This is the first time I'm going to put it in. It looks pretty good, right? This has a hollow on the top, a hollow here, and this side has an entry and exit point. The rest is all solid. So this I got this from Petsmart, I believe. Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to put it, but I think this should do it. I'm going to set it up right here. Does this look good? What do you say?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So it's sitting on top of bedding. So this guy, my hamster, he will be able to rearrange it later on as per his choice. He does that all the time. So he's going to pull the bedding from other places, and he's going to put it in, pile it up inside. He does lots of funny stuff. So let's add some more bedding right in this area so that I can put his little house, which is basically his nest. So this is again a house. I think I bought this from Petco. So it's a wooden house, nicely colored, looks pretty. The bottom has hinges on it, so it flaps over like this. So when you sit it straight, it looks like this. Quite colorful, quite pretty, and it's all natural, it's wood. So I'm going to set it up here like this. It has a ramp on which you can climb and go to the second floor. The second floor doesn't really have an entrance from any other place other than if you climb the ramp up. Yeah. Now so this is his nesting and bedding area, right? Now the other section would be his play area. So I fill the play area with sand. The sand that I use is children's play sand from Home Depot or Lowe's. You can get it. It's pretty cheap. Probably $4 or $5 for a huge sack. So I recycle them. I discard them maybe every 3 months or 4 months because they tend to get stinky with their pee and their poop. What I do is I microwave the sand. I use a strainer to strain out the sand, and then I microwave it so that it gets rid of the stink and it kills all the germs within it. So I have a bucket full of sand here. This is one which I already cleaned and microwaved. So I'm going to drop it in and spread it out. So this will solve the purpose of your sand bath. You don't need an extra sand bath. Okay, so sand setup all done. The next most important thing is the wheel. Can I have the wheel, please? So this is where your hamster gets the exercise, because 1200 square inch, 500 square inch, 10,000 square inch is not enough for hamsters. So for a Syrian hamster, I use a 12-inch KD silent spinner. Anything less than 10 inches is not suitable for a Syrian. It might curve the spine, it will hurt their back. So this is where I'll be setting up the wheel in the play area, clear from all the bedding so that nothing gets entangled and the wheel rotates freely. So it's a clear distinction. Play area, wheel, you play here, you go back to sleep. Okay, now the next is the water bottle. Can I have the water bottle, please? There it is. So this is again a plastic water bottle that I bought from Petsmart, and it's the usual one with the ball inside the nozzle, so that when he presses his mouth here, droplets of water comes out. So I'm going to hang it low. That's how Peanut likes to drink. The next thing I would add here is a hideout. Can I have this one? Yeah, so this is a chewable hideout. It's a Tepee. So like you've seen, he has already chewed sections of this off. So this is made of Timothy hay, and he really loves chewing on this. I don't need to tell you, you can see it for yourself. This had a tiny entrance like this. He ate most of it. So yeah, this is pretty good. I think this lasts for a year. He can chew it for a year or so. So I'm going to place it in the corner right here. And then I have the hut. So this is another hideout. Unfortunately, I didn't find anything similar made of wood. Otherwise, I would have gone for it. This is plastic. Luckily, he doesn't chew on it. He's intelligent enough. So I'll tell you why I have it here. So this is kind of so this is called a snack shack. This is also from Petsmart. And so this is where he likes to hide and rest while he's eating. And then I have a bridge, a bendy bridge made of wood pieces. So this is where I make him work. So this kind of setup provides him another hideout. So this becomes like a double hideout. The space beneath the bridge and the space inside the hut itself. So why I place the bridge like this is because I make him work for his food. So this is again a ceramics bowl. It's pretty big. It fits him inside too quite comfortably. So this is his food bowl. This is what I put inside on top of the hut here, so that his food is not so easily accessible. He has to climb up and find his food inside. I also encourage foraging. So sometimes I spread his seeds and grains all around so that he forages and eats it. And then let's add some extra nourishments. I'll be adding, this is like a bunch of twigs. This is also from Petsmart. It's pretty standard. You'll find it in any pet shop literally. So I just let it lie here. And then a couple of toilet paper rolls. So yeah, these are his toilet paper rolls, and I'll just randomly strew them around. One here, let's say one here. Where should I put the other one? You can put it wherever you want to.
What inside that?
No, not inside. You can put it there on top. Yes. All right. Couple of walnuts. He likes to chew on walnuts, so I keep replacing them on every deep cleaning change that I do. So yeah, a couple of walnuts here and there. I can put one here on the ground and one inside the tree trunk. And then I have a few Rattan balls. They look like this, different colors. They're all vegetable dyes, so they're pretty safe for hamsters. These are also something that I'll just put here randomly. Okay. So So he's going to find them, and yeah, that's pretty much the cage setup. So I'm going to remove my camera that's in a fixed tripod right now, and I'm going to take it in my hand and give you a close-up tour of the cage right now, of how it looks like. Now, before I put Peanut back in his cage to explore his new setup, I'd like to demonstrate one last feature, which is the LED light that I had promised, just to show how the cage looks like. This is just for fun for human beings. This has nothing to do with hamsters. It just makes the cage look good. Just a general knowledge, hamsters are colorblind. They don't see anything other than black, white or gray. So these are multicolored lights. These mean nothing to the hamsters. They don't disturb them, they don't bother them. They mean nothing. These are low intensity lights just for decoration. So I'll switch off the lights and I'll get myself out of the frame and I'll talk to you how the lights work. So this is a remote control for the lights. The lights are basically a 3-pack Energizer hockey puck kind of light that you fix upside down on cabinets and stuff. I guess this qualifies as a cabinet, doesn't it? Now let me switch off the lights and I'll show you how it looks like. There you go, complete darkness. And then when I press the remote, here is how it lights up. So this is your basic white light, right? And then you have a minus button. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's a minus button where you can decrease the intensity of the light. So there it goes, it just goes down. So I'll dial it back up again, and then you have RGB, which is red. That looks ugly. And you go back to white, and then you have green, and you go back to white again, and then you have blue. So these are the 3 flat colors that you have. And then you have an auto mode, which will basically cycle different colors, and you can mix the colors. So red and blue can give you purple, blue and green and red. You can mix all sorts of colors. So this is how the auto mode looks like. It keeps changing from color to color. It cycles. Pretty good, right? So yeah, it's just a basic decoration. It's nothing fancy, but this thing drains out batteries, so be careful of that. The last part, the most important part, is where I put in Peanut inside the cage. So let him explore. Let's see how that turns out. Time to go home. There's Peanut, and he wants to go to his new home. So let's drop him in. And I'll add some of his beddings here and there, his old bedding. There's poop in his old bedding. Let me take that out. He's already started exploring his new home. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked my the cage that I built, the setup that I have. I know that's not a lot of enrichments. There are people with a lot more on their YouTube channels, but this has the basic stuff that a hamster needs to keep itself happy, itself occupied, not get bored, and it also has more than that. But yeah, that's about it. So I have a lot of other cages as well. I have two different types of bin cages that I built, and those are much more cheaper, economic, and more easier to set up than this one, more easier to clean up as well. So let me know what other kind of videos you wanted to watch. I can do a bin cage setup video, a bin cage making video. I can make videos of how I clean this cage up. That's pretty detailed and elaborate, and yeah, that's about it. So like my videos, comment, definitely comment. Let me know what you like, what you do not like, and why, and I'll make improvements. And I'll see you on my next video. Thank you.